There was a content creator that posted on Twitter, X, that being a content creator is more difficult than having a 9 to 5. When I saw the comment, I initially thought, what the fuck is this guy smoking?
You can't say that.
Sir, you can't is he allowed to say
I'll
that?
say it louder. What the fuck is this guy smoking? Telling the everyday person in America that getting online and showing your ass, figuratively, is more difficult than waking up every day, clocking into your 9 to 5, and getting to the money. After having some time to sit and deliberate on it, I think he might have a point, and we're going to discuss it. So here is Bukola.dev. I'm actually familiar with this content creator. I've seen her before. I'm a network engineer. She's in the IT space, so I've definitely seen her before doing day in a life type content and stuff like that. And we're going to see what she has to say about the topic.
As someone who's worked a 9 to 5 job as well as done content creation for over 5 years, usually doing both at the same time, I thought long and hard about which is harder, being a content creator or having a 9 to 5 job. And I think that anyone who says that being a content creator is easier than having a 9 to 5 job is really underestimating how difficult it is to do content creation.
She said anybody that is unfamiliar with doing content creation is not aware of the difficulties. And it's an interesting point. So let's dive into it. When you work a 9 to 5, you get a schedule, you get a job description, and you have certain expectations that are set at the time that you clock in until the time that you clock out of what you're supposed to do and the results that you're supposed to achieve. When you create content, there is not such a blueprint. Because you can buy a camera, because you can buy a mic, because you can buy lights, there is not such a high barrier of entry to content creation. Meaning that anybody could do it. And anybody being able to do it and having the opportunity to create content means that everybody is your competitor, which makes content creating difficult. Competing for the attention of tens or dozens, if not hundreds of platforms. I'm talking about Paramount Plus. I'm talking about Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, and all of the different content that is produced on all of those platforms. It's absolutely difficult. I feel that. What's also difficult is a 9 to 5. You're getting up every day on a certain schedule, driving into your job, dealing with people that you don't necessarily want to deal with, not getting paid as much as you would like, having to drive home, having to be a family person at the end of your workday, having a meal, going to sleep, and doing it again. The routine. It's difficult. Everything's difficult. It's all difficult. Being a content creator is difficult. Being a 9 to 5 worker is difficult. But the question is being a content creator more difficult than working a 9 to 5? And I would say, as somebody I've been working since I was 14. I used to have summer jobs, right? I did this thing called MYLI in DC, Marion Barry Youth Leadership Institute. I started that when I was 14. By the time I reached my senior year, when I was 16, 17, I was working at a bowling alley. So I've been working essentially with summer jobs since I was 14. And then immediately after high school, 10 days after I graduated June 17th, 2011. I immediately went to basic training with the military. June 27th, 2011. Is the responsibility of the everyday man difficult? Yes, it is. I did it for 12 years and I'm still doing it. I have a full-time job. I do this content creation thing because I think I have interesting ideas and I want to express them with the world. That's what we're here for. It's difficult. It's difficult to get up. It's difficult to fake the motivation to do things, to communicate with people. Not that these people are bad, but sometimes you're just not in the mood. But you need the check. And you're going to do what you need to do as a man to go out and secure that check for your family. Now, is being a content creator difficult? Let me tell you this. There's a lot of skills that people don't understand that go into content creation that are not immediately recognized by people that are not content creators. Earlier in this video, I talked about lighting. There's a light right here. There's a light right here. There's a light right there. There's a light under here lighting him. And normally, there's a blue light in the back of me that's not actively present right now. No, as a matter of fact, I'm going to turn it on. One of the things that goes into content creating is lighting. Another thing that goes into content creating is sound. Another thing that goes into content creating is capturing the video and capturing the audio. We're capturing the audio here. We're capturing the video right up there. Another thing that goes into content creating is being entertaining. I hope that this is entertaining enough that you guys are sticking around. Another thing that goes into content creating is creating titles, creating thumbnails, and being on a consistent schedule. So there are a lot of different facets and a lot of different elements that go into the video that ends up getting pushed and produced. But is that harder than the 9 to 5? I don't think that it is. It's a difficult job. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of different skill sets. But it's a hobby. And some people become proficient enough at it and decent enough at it that it becomes a job. But at the end of the day, while there are skills that go into this, you get to do this on your own time, on your own accord. It doesn't matter what time of day that you get up to do this, as long as the content is produced on a semi-regular schedule for the people to consume and you to be relevant to what's going on. You can do this on your own time. What you can't do on your own time is clock into a job that someone says they have an expectation for you to be there from this time until this time. It's not up to you. It's not your choice. So while I echo the sentiment that content creation is not easy, as I'm actively doing it, as I'm actively learning it, at this time I have 179 subscribers. So, we move. As I'm actively trying to grow what it is that I'm doing in the content creation space, I recognize that there's a lot of different facets, but by no means and in no way is making content more difficult than working a 9 to 5.